just checking out my weekly menu. One of the things I do to make sure that I stay on my Mediterranean and metabolic diet and save a little money so that when I go to shop I get exactly what I need. Try to do a meal plan. It's at least a week, sometimes 2 weeks. We're looking at about a 2-week here. Keep that right up there. I actually play a little game with my wife each night since she's still overseas, and have her pick a number between 1 and 11. Whatever she picks, that's what I make the next night. But I want to try something interesting today. Got a great deal on scallops over the weekend. So I'm actually going to do a baked seasoned scallops with pasta. Light pasta, not a heavy pasta. Baked seasoned scallops and pasta today on the Lupine Epicurean. Hello, Epicureans. Welcome to yet another episode of the Lupine Epicurean. It's New Year, at least it's a new year for filming. My first episode today is January 1st, 2014, and of course you're going to be seeing this a couple of weeks down the road. But we are going to go back to basics, and I really mean back to basics when I talk about experimentation. There were a few things I snuck in there that I had tried before and already knew. We're going to do something really different today. I think it's really different, something new that I've never tried before, and trying it for the first time. That's what Lupine Epicurean is all about. I've been doing the Lupine Epicurean website for 2 years. We've got over 6,700 views. For me, that's a success. To get one person to watch is a success. So, and a year and a half of doing the cooking show here. So I hope you all are enjoying it. Today, we're going to do something called baked seasoned scallops and pasta. Would love to come up with a unique name for this, and maybe by the time I get it posted on the website, we'll have some sort of unique name based on the ingredients that are going in. But essentially what we're going to do is instead of searing or frying the scallops, we're going to bake them. We're going to serve with some pasta. Pasta is going to be real light. We're not going to have like any kind of heavy cream sauce or even a marinara sauce. It's going to be a very light pasta. And we're going to see how it all comes together. It should be a very sort of flavorful, citrusy kind of thing going on. Of course, we will add the butter in there. I usually don't do that very often, but we are going to put some butter in this dish. And anyway, so here we go. We're going to start where we always start, which is looking at the ingredients that we're going to use for our scallops. Looking at our ingredients we're going to use, as I said, I got these wonderful scallops. It's only 1/4 pound. Got 5 nice, juicy, the big scallops, not those tiny little bay scallops, but these are some serious Haas scallops there. Well, we've got that. We've got a 1/2 cup of flour that we're going to be rolling those in, but not before. We put a little less than a tablespoon of mint leaves, a little less than a tablespoon of cilantro. We've got some ground pepper. We're going to freshly grind some peppercorn here. Got some lime juice. I'm going to be a little bit liberal on that. About a 1/2 cup onion here. Probably the way I cut it was a little less. It's a little less than half of an onion, but I think it turns out to be about 1/2 cup. As you can see, I've got strips rather than chop. This time I went with strips because these onions are essentially going to caramelize when it's baking. Got 2 tablespoons of butter here that are going to go in. We have for our pasta, I've got 2 cups of pasta. I'm only doing 2 cups of just regular spaghetti because it's just me. You might want to, if you get a 1/2 pound of these and go with 3 or 4 cups of the pasta, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of olive oil to keep them nice and loose and moist, and about a tablespoon of basil. I'm not going real heavy on the basil. I'm not going to go with garlic because I don't want that to overpower this other flavor that I'm trying to get. So there you go. Those are the ingredients we're going to use today. Let's go ahead and get started on how we're going to put it all together. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some lime juice, and I'm just going to coat these scallops with the lime juice. I'm probably using about a tablespoon, maybe less, maybe more. I just want to get that flavor of citrus, that citrus flavor. And I'm going to shake these up inside the hand just to get it around. Now, usually I would probably let that sit for a while before I do anything else, but we're going to go ahead and move forward. I've got just less than a tablespoon of mint leaves and just less than a tablespoon of cilantro. I'm going to take about half of that and put that into my half cup of flour that I've got over here. And once I've got it in there, then I'm going to go ahead and mix that around so that the seasoning and the flour is all mixed together. Now, you may be able to go with less than half a cup of flour. I wanted to make sure I had plenty to roll in with these scallops. Hopefully we'll get lots of seasoning on there as well. So now that I've done that, and I've held back a half because I'm going to use that in the final process. So I'm going to go ahead and put these scallops right there into the flour so that I'm going to get my hands dirty here. Remember to wash your hands before you start. And then I am just going to roll these scallops in this flour mix with the mint and the cilantro. And once I think I've got it, I think this is probably, doesn't take much to coat scallops because they've already got some moisture of their own. Now, I've got a small baking pan over here that I have greased up with some canola oil, and I'm going to put my scallops in here in a nice little 5 pattern. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of that flour left over, so I probably didn't need that much. Although, what I might do is just put just a little bit around like this, make it crusty. Alright, so I've got that in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these mint flakes and toss them up top. Mint and cilantro. Yeah, I may have a little too much there. Maybe I don't need that much. But I'd rather have a little bit extra like that than not have enough. So, now that I've got that, I've got my 2 tablespoons of butter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop those 2 tablespoons of butter into my microwave, and I'm going to get that kind of nice and soft. What I want to do is drizzle. I don't want to soak, because if I soak, I'm just going to take the flour mixture and everything else off of it. So I'm going to drizzle and then pour the rest of the butter down in the pan so that it can seep throughout. That'll get absorbed from the bottom of the scallops. We'll have a nice little thing there. Got my nice converter here going, and so I still have a little bit of solid butter there. Do my drizzle, and then I'm just going to put one lump over there and the other lump over here, and that'll melt down as it's baking as well and spread out where I want it. So since I've got that done, I'm going to go ahead and put my onions on here, just carelessly, in any which shape. Now I've actually got probably more onions here than I actually need, but I love onions. And especially when onions are baked like this, I could eat them all day. So even though it's going to look like it dominates, we're not going to get it. We are going to get a nice tangy flavor here between the cilantro, the mint, the onions, and the butter. So this should be a really nice taste overall. So what we need to do is preheat our oven to 425 degrees, which is what I'm doing right now. And as soon as it's ready, then we'll pop that in. In the meantime, I'm going to get the pasta started boiling. When we come back, we'll already be baking, and we'll talk a little bit more about the pasta. So I've got my pasta cooked. I've got it drained. Once it got al dente, that is when I drained it, because I will be giving it a little bit more heat here. First thing I'm going to do is take these 3 tablespoons of olive oil and pour over the pasta. The olive oil is going to help keep it from getting too sticky. And then I'm going to use the remainder, that little bit that I had of cilantro and mint that I didn't expect to have. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my pasta. And I'm going to use this basil that I had put out before. Now I'm just going to stir it all together. Going to have a nice little bit of green hue to it, but it's just going to be a real light pasta with some of the flavors that are already on the scallops. That's just going to add to it, and that's definitely going to be enough. 2 cups is definitely enough for me. It might even be enough for 2 people if you eat lightly. So there we go. We've got our pasta ready to go, and as you can see, we've got about 5 minutes left on the scallops. I did set my timer to 20 minutes. With such high heat, 20 minutes should be enough, especially if you like your seafood a little undercooked like I do. If you want to make that a little bit more cooked, you can go 25 minutes, but you got to be careful with scallops because they do get a little rubbery if you overcook them. So when we come back, we'll have the scallops out and be taking a look. So here we are. I do have to confess, I ended up having to cook them a little longer than I thought. Instead of 20 minutes, I did end up adding another 9 minutes. So 29 minutes to get them looking like this, and they look and smell absolutely delicious. Also, I did forget to mention that before I put them in, I did grind some fresh peppercorn on top of them. And finally, a last touch on my pasta. Once I got it out, I had some goat cheese that I'd also gotten from Whole Foods over the weekend, so I added some goat cheese crumbles to the top of my pasta. So here we go. We've got scallops with a mint, cilantro, floured, baked, caramelized onions. We've got pasta with the same spices as well as basil and some goat cheese. Let's see what we got here. Let's see how this baby tastes. Nice. I wasn't sure how the flour would work on there, but I like the way that it has a crunchy outside. Oh, the pasta is perfect. Good stuff. Definitely, again, another keeper for the recipe book. The mint and the cilantro really work so well together, and the onion does not overpower anything. Perfect. The pasta. Now the pasta could be a little bit more cooked. I may have undercooked the pasta just a little bit, but it certainly does not detract from the flavor. So yeah, definitely a worthwhile meal. The wonderful thing about this meal is that it's actually a very healthy meal. You might think with all that olive oil, no, but olive oil actually has good cholesterol in it. It is part of, this is very in tune with if you're on the Mediterranean diet or thinking about trying the Mediterranean diet. And I hate the word diet, it's more of a food plan. And this will definitely fit that lifestyle. So yeah, great taste. Baked seasoned scallops with pasta. Today here on the Lupine Epicurean. Whew, I gotta tell you, that was a good meal. Nice and light, healthy. If you're, as I said before, if you're following the Mediterranean diet, the Mediterranean food plan and lifestyle, definitely a great dinner for that. Today we made seasoned baked scallops with pasta. Definitely experiment, something new. Turned out to be really great. At least I thought it was. Sooner or later I'm bound to go wrong. It'll happen, so stick around so you're here when it happens. Anyway, thank you again for joining me here on this latest episode of Lupine Epicurean. As usual, if you want to read lots of articles on food, just food-related articles, new recipes, restaurant reviews, as well as the recipes for the dishes that I make here on the Lupine Epicurean show, go on over to the original Lupine Epicurean website at lupecurian.blogspot.com. As I said, we've got 6,700 views. Come on over and help crank that up a little bit more. And if you do like some of the stuff you read, share it with your neighbors, share it with your friends online. We want to share the idea of good food, good community, and experimentation in the kitchen. That's what it's all about. And of course, remember, anytime you want to try out something new, a new recipe that's quick, easy, usually inexpensive. Scallops were a little costly, I will admit, and healthy, then come on back here to the Wicked Wolf Studios channel on YouTube. We're going to keep going into 2014. In June, we'll be seeing our 2-year anniversary of the web show. Probably gearing up for something special. Also let you know that here in the not too distant future, I plan on having some other guests. In the past, we've had Chef Parker Black and, of course, my wife, Cherilyn. And we're going to have some more guests in the future to bring some great food to you. So, there you go. Thank you again. And in the meantime, we'll see you in the kitchen. Energy level. Whoa. Too much movement there. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Epicureans. It's New Year, or at least this is my first filming of the New Year. You might see episode 13 in the New Year. Just celebrated 2 years of Lupine Epicurean, the website. Of course, I've been doing the web shows now for about a year and a half. And we're going to start off things back to where we started. I have no idea what we're going to do today. We're just going to wing it.